welcome everybody. We are back here for part 4 of this trailer analysis series, where we will be taking a look at some more frames of the trailer. Last episode, which was just yesterday actually, we left off with Gus, the frame of Gus shaking someone's hand. We don't know who that is. And we have the co-host here, Patrick, along with us again today. And yeah, man, who do you think the other guy is in this frame who is shaking Gus's hand?
There's like so many possibilities for who it could be. But I'm like thinking that like it could be Nacho, it could be Hector. Though it is most likely not Hector, since I don't believe that Gustavo would shake his hand.
No, absolutely not. And plus, he's still in a coma.
Yeah.
The last actually.
But we saw in the trailer, we saw the bell, so he's obviously up again. But the fucking iconic stone face of like Gus gets me here, because like this is his face, right? Yeah. I don't know if he is liking what he's doing, if he's not liking what he's doing. He just has that poker face, right?
Yeah.
And you know, like it. So it's impossible to tell from this frame who the other guy could be.
Although we do know that it is that he is black, because the hand is black. Not to put any racist in there.
Yeah, but that could also
that
could also be the AMC being clever with shadowing and
that's true.
filming it from there, right? So we don't know, man.
Yeah, but nah, it looks very much like it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So again, like Hector. We don't. Yeah, but we don't. Again, like this could be a complete mindfuck from AMC's side. We don't know if that was actually Hector that he was shaking his hand.
Yeah, it just seems like it, because the frames, and now we're comparing the frame that comes after it, which is where you see Hector, who is sitting in front of Gus, but that could be in an entirely different situation.
If we saw the roof more clearly and the walls more clearly, then we could have identified it, because we could see some orange on the walls, and we could see the roof. But here we see nothing. Here we only see Hector, right?
Yeah, that's true. But we know it is Gus, but it could be two different situations.
But I think like they're sitting down because he wants to resolve this Salamanca problem, right? He wants to solve the problem that he has, you know, like with them thinking that like he has sent a hit squad there, and then he's going to say some stuff like this is good for none of our businesses if you want to proceed coming after me, since I'm your pipeline into the US, blah 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 blah, right? And you might not like it, Hector, but you gotta keep Don and Laudio happy. That is your job.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like thinking that is probably that, you know, like because he really and he has already had this in mind, since, you know, like we know that Gus never plans anything without thinking about the backup plan of what he would do if something went wrong.
Yeah.
Because it has definitely gone into his head what the chances would be if this hit squad for some reason didn't manage to take Lalo out.
Yeah, he definitely has had a plan B, and that's what we will see in season 6 now.
Yeah.
And that's why he sits down with Hector. Although I can imagine the fear that must be running Gus's head, because or the despising feelings that are running through his head, because he really doesn't want to talk to Hector in that manner. Usually he wants to talk to Hector with a twist of condemnation in his eye and superiority.
And I mean, like look at Hector's face. You know, like he is so high and mighty here because like you need my help. You know.
Yeah. So this is the first time actually since Hector started coming into his restaurants in like season 3, where he was also sitting in his office and he was like, "You are my mule now."
Yeah.
And so this is the first time that he actually gets that evil, superior twinkle in his eye again. So actually, the Gus and Hector scenes all the way throughout Better Call Saul are actually a giant pissing contest or measuring of dick length whenever we see these guys together.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Because that's their relationship.
Yeah.
They're hardcore rivals. Though pretending that they're not, for the sake of the other players involved.
You know this actor, by the way?
Mark Margolis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he is a true OG in the acting world. He's been
because he's been in so much. I think he is American.
Yeah. I'm also pretty sure that he is American. Let's see.
Yeah, he's from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Philly.
From Philly. Yeah.
But he's actually able to adopt a Mexican accent pretty well.
He's been in so much, man. Been in like Scarface. I don't know if he was in The Godfather, but that wouldn't surprise me either.
He was in Blacklist too.
Yeah, for a small guest role there.
Yeah.
But yeah, god damn, he has been in a lot. All right.
I just want to see if does he speak Spanish fluently? I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
No, I wouldn't be surprised either. But
doesn't say anywhere on the wiki,
say, yeah.
but well,
yeah,
so
let's move on.
we have Gus visiting Hector, which is obviously necessary during under the circumstances, because even though Hector's alive, he is still causing troubles. I bet right in this moment, Gus is probably regretting that he didn't that he saved Hector's life.
Yeah, maybe in a way,
just in this moment, but not generally, but just in this moment.
My question is, if Hector was dead, right, then who would Gus need to be answering to? Don Eladio? Tuco?
Balsa.
Balsa.
No, Gus is not answering to Hector. They're equal in the eyes of the cartel, so they're both answering to Don Eladio.
Yeah.
But the thing is that with if Hector were gone, that would mean that there wouldn't be. It would it might actually be easier, because then there wouldn't be like a central figure for the Salamanca cartel. And then it would be like then that would not be as orderly or like as hierarchically structured. So then there would be chaos within that family. But Gus, as it is, Gus keeps him alive because of the fucking vengeance that he wants to exact on him. He has this deep fucking feud. So, and that apparently transcends even the most vicious plans that he has. So that even Nacho's fuck up, or not, like even the fuck up with killing Lalo, is not enough to eliminate Hector.
Yeah.
For Gus, because he wants to keep him alive and keep him in misery.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't want him dead. He wanted him paralyzed and in misery for the rest of his life. Yeah,
because quote, as he says to Mike early on, a bullet in the head would have been far too humane.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So that's why I'm saying that's why I'm arguing that in this scene where Hector's looking at him with fucking almost with joy because Gus fucked up. Then Gus must really be fucking at the very least quite taking this with a serious mindset.
But think about it though, like keeping him alive is the only act we have seen Gustavo make out of emotions, and not out not out of a cold, calculated reason, right?
Right, that is actually true. The only emotions that we see of Gus is the feud with Hector. But maybe that makes sense because he's actually all his emotions are channeled into this feud, so that he's much more capable of behaving rationally in any other situation that he's engaging in the business.
So, in other ways, like this would actually be Gustavo's release.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is how he's like venting. Yeah, okay, I got it.
So, which means, will we actually see more emotional stuff happening with Gustavo now that he's not able to release the vengeance bit by bit because of Hector's superiority now?
I was thinking the same thing. Maybe it's like he will be slipping a little bit on some aspects or whatnot.
Yeah, which is also like. That we might see something happening like Gus killing Victor in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Because that was also quite emotional, even though it was calculated. Or I don't know. What do you think? Do you think killing Victor was calculated?
In Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the box cutter episode.
Yeah.
No.
No, I don't.
It was out of frustration that Walter wasn't doing what he was being told. He wasn't staying in his place, and Gustavo knew that he couldn't kill Walter because then he would be missing a chemist or a cook.
Yeah.
I think that he just grabbed whoever was closest to him and killed him in front of them to assert his dominance.
So there's both that, and then the fact, and what is so with Walter, that things are not going as Gus was planning there, and then what is happening with Hector at this time? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
What's happening with Hector at this time?
Yeah. At the beginning of season 4.
Well, it is just that it is pretty much just that Hector doesn't like Gustavo and is constantly trying to convince either Balsard or Eladio, I don't remember which, that they don't need Gustavo and they should just get rid of him, right? I am like a little unclear as to the why, because this seems like just two dogs smelling each other's assholes, not liking what they smell. So it is just that, I guess, like they have had a deep distaste for each other, but I don't know, maybe it will come up more in season 6 if they have some deeper history. Maybe that Hector was more engaged in having Max killed than we know. You know, Gustavo's former business partner and lover, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So we would maybe see like a flashback of that.
Wow, you're actually not seeing too much of Hector toward the end of season 3. So maybe the fact that Gus is not that involved with Hector is actually the reason why he kills Victor, because he doesn't have that emotional, vengeful release by torturing Hector. Also because he's with the cousins.
Yeah.
Then we get that bubbling up in Gus in the box cutter episode.
Think about it. He's frequently visiting Hector in Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah, that's more towards the end of the show, though. But
as he's losing more and more control.
Yeah.
Then
Exactly.
his visits to Hector is more frequent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Next
yeah,
frame.
it is, and I actually think we will be seeing a lot more of this because of this frame where he's like looking at it.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting. All right. So next one is we have next frame we have Jimmy looking up at the Statue of Liberty, which is rising.
In an inflatable Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, which is the one he has at his strip mall.
Yeah.
And but it seems that they've put it up in some sort of desert. Why the fuck?
I don't think that, man. I think he's going there to buy it.
Right.
And then he's going to have that in the parking lot of the of the strip mall, because justice matters most, right?
Yeah. Then we have no one knows what we're doing. Is what he's saying. And next frame we have Kim smoking a cigarette again, looking like she owns the world, because she has just been in the fits. She's won the verbal battle with Lalo,
blowing out smoke smoothly and smugly from the mouth,
and has a plan to tear down Howard, as we covered in the last episode. So she's enjoying that cigarette like a real femme fatale.
Yeah, like a celebration.
Yeah, exactly. So, is there actually anything else? Let's just see if we missed something, or if the viewers missed something.
I don't think so. We can't make up much.
Nah, it's blurred. We have Kim in focus because of her statue in this.
Yeah.
Then we have an interesting frame here after that.
I am like 100% sure that this is Nacho.
Somebody holding a gun, but the person is blurred. We can even the gun is blurred.
Yeah, but just from like looking at it, from even if it is blurred, I'm like looking like that is Colt 1911.
Oh right, it actually got unblurred there for a second.
Yeah.
So can we see that better now? I wouldn't know because I'm not the gun expert.
I'm saying that looks like a Colt of some sort, and it looks like the gun that Nacho or somebody is throwing onto the bed that we see earlier that was in Mexico because of the yellow filter. Connection.
Yeah. So we got the same gun throughout the trailer, it seems.
Yeah, it's there. You just gotta start it from there, and we can see it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Further. There.
Oh that yeah, it looks like the same gun that we had earlier, that we had last episode.
It looks like the very same gun, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that is being used, but that actually goes very well together with the movie trope Chekhov's gun, a gun that is seen in the in a frame or in a just for a split second in any scene, will have to be used later at some point later on. Except for actually, there's a Danish TV show called Badehotel where there's which is like a drama series where there's a gun that's being shown that's actually never used, but that has different implications, and that is the meaning that it's not being used, because and I'm not going to talk too much about this, but the implication is just that in that show guns are never actually seen, and by the time that you actually see a gun, it has a very dramatic effect.
I like that they show that it's shown though that like the detail that they have gone through here, instead of just showing that like that when we get to the part where Better Call Saul actually starts, and then out of the blue, Nacho would pull out a gun. Like if you pull out a rocket launcher, an RPG, like you would be wondering like, where the hell did he get that thing?
Like, fuck, man. So we see it being used, and we will definitely see it being fired. I'm calling it, definitely calling it, because of Chekhov's gun. It's a classic trope. But it would also be nice if we didn't see it used, because I mean, though actually I would more like it. It's not this type of show. In this type of show, we gotta see it used.
Of course, man. Gotta fire that beauty. Yeah. Did we see any clear image of that thing?
The gun?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just said it was a cult.
So. Yeah, but I just wanted to see like if you saw Nacho clearly.
Oh yeah, no, he's
blurred. But that is Nacho, for sure.
Yeah, the distinct shape of his head is giving it away. Could also be Victor. He also is quite bold.
And it's not Lalo unless he shaves his head for some random reason.
That would actually be epic, though. I mean, we do see, if we jump to the end there, I know now, like, I'm spoiling something. This is probably just going to be in part 5, but we do see Lalo at the end taking a shower, or actually shaved. He shaved his beard. So maybe that's just before he shaves his head all the way off.
Yeah,
could be. But we'll get to that in part 5 probably.
Yeah. Okay, and there we have Mike doing something. I can't really pinpoint where this is, but if I gotta guess, it is some kind of like hidden basement or compartment in Nacho's house.
Could also be a truck. I mean, we've seen this particular frame before with 2 workers from Los Pollos Hermanos who are hiding or who are taking out the cocaine from such a place in a truck.
That could be that. Maybe that is like how Nacho gets back to the United States, that he is being transported in one of these things.
Yeah.
Right.
What I'm just like thinking, why is Nacho not helping Mike in this? Also, like earlier, we've seen he's searching the apartment.
Yeah.
Mike, there's several occasions where we see Mike in the trailer just doing stuff alone, but never with Nacho. So why is Nacho not helping him?
The only one that we see Nacho with later is actually Gustavo. I don't think that we see any frame with Nacho and Mike.
No. So why that? I mean, why is could it be something that Mike is just I don't know. I like this has me really stumped.
Yeah. That has me stumped too, man. But like there has to be a reason. Like maybe Gustavo is like keeping Nacho busy while he's doing all this shit. We don't know.
Could it be something like? And I'm just spinning thoughts out here that Mike is actually making preparations to make Nacho disappear. But not in a good way. They're planning to kill Nacho.
I'm really fucking hoping not so, because the creators of this show has said whenever that we are looking at the character and how that character's fate is going to end, we or the viewer needs to think, what does that character deserve, right?
Yeah.
And for Walter's case, for all the bullshit that he did, that was death, right?
Yeah, true.
And for Saul or Jimmy, like you said, we would say prison, right? A chance of not death, but a chance of redemption, right?
Yeah.
And for Nacho, I mean, no, man, I don't feel like that guy deserves to die. He wants out. He wants out. He wants a second chance, and I don't feel like he has done something so horrifically fucking wrong. Like when fucking Todd killed an 8-year-old dude on a dirt bike. And Walter was like completely okay with that. No problem, as long as the money keeps coming.
Yeah, but Todd also dies by the hands of Jesse with some chains that he gets choked by.
Very satisfying to see that.
That's a very satisfying death for him.
He's a fucking psychopath like that.
But Nacho has, I mean, as part of his ranking up within the cartel business, he has also done some bad shit, like taking, injuring that guy's ear in one scene where he's showing that he's boss, and then strips that guy of his earring and then makes his ear bleed.
Sure, but
that's relatively harmless compared to
Walter's
many other many other characters in the show.
Fuck it, man. Like, Walter had how many people killed in prison in those 2 minutes because they didn't want to pay a couple of pocket change dollars out of his pocket?
Yeah. And also, we have already seen Nacho suffer for it with the staging of the cousins, where we see where Mike, Victor and Tyrus are making it look like he and Arturo were attacked, and then the cousins are finding him bleeding out, and he's like suffering, and that's where Caldera is stitching him up. So that was a lot of pain that Nacho has already gone through.
Yeah, and also the fact that we have discussed before, if the cousins actually killed everybody in that motel, I think that would also do some mental damage to Nacho and motivate him to get out of the game more than ever.
Yeah, that's true. And that and I was just thinking about, is that really what the show is about? But it is. I mean, on the surface, of course, the show is about Breaking Bad, about decay, and about people crumbling and getting going through tough times and then coming out the other side of worse than they were in the beginning. But on the second level, it is also about redemption, about balancing the scale, so that yes, you are Breaking Bad, but you are also you're also suffering the consequences of those bad things.
Yep.
If that happens.
So now, man, I'm calling that's misleading from AMC's side, purposely misleading the viewer, thinking that they are preparing for killing Nacho.
Yeah, that's true. Right. That's true. Maybe it's misleading. It could also just be that Mike is preparing for transporting Nacho, because Nacho, on the other hand, is more busy with getting out of Mexico.
Yeah, and also, like, I have a huge problem with accepting that Mike would say, "Hey, Mike, need you to off Nacho. You cool with that?"
Yeah. No. All right. I agree, because on multiple occasions in the past we've seen Mike actually step up for Nacho and say that he most notably the quote, can't remember from what episode. You have a gun to his father's head. That doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
And then Gus is just saying, a dog who bites every owner he has can only be disciplined with a very firm hand.
Yeah.
Which view is also changing in Breaking Bad. I mean, we have already talked about this on earlier occasions, that Mike is actually changing Gus's view, so that Gus is saying the exact same thing as Mike says in Better Call Saul in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, that's true, man.
So.
Okay, man. Do we have more? We have already have like half an hour. But okay, we can do one more frame.
Yeah.
We're like this scene.
Oh, this is Hank. This is Hank.
Wow.
Damn, we got Hank again.
In Nacho's house?
I don't know if it's Nacho's house. But it's definitely Hank. I recognize the shape of it. I actually didn't notice that before now.
What the fuck? What the fuck, man?
DEA business. Oh no, he's not actually wearing a DEA uniform. So maybe
but they are typically not. I mean,
right.
You're thinking that like, why aren't he wearing a windbreaker and shit, right?
Yeah, and that's usually just on search warrants. But
yeah, he could already have had it on, gone in there, but like just having the badge would be enough.
Yeah. That's true. But yeah, that's definitely Hank looking at some dude who is what do you call Schweißer?
Welding.
Yeah, who's welding some big box or something.
Wow, sawing up some box thing there, yeah.
Yeah, fuck, man. I don't know what is happening there. This is completely. This is one of the more mysterious frames. Because we have no idea where it is. We only know it's Hank who is looking at some dude welding something.
Looking for either money coming from drugs or drugs itself, as the Drug Enforcement Agency does.
Yeah. Wow.
Man, I'm like thinking, when the Drug Enforcement Agency came up in the US, like in the late 1980s, early 90s, right?
Yeah.
There were almost no people, man. It was like literally, It was literally like a couple of guys, and then it became like 10 and 20 and 50, right? Which is why, like when you see movies like Scarface and drug movies, like from the 1980s and the early 1990s, that they were like pretty much roaming free.
Yeah, wow.
Right, since they didn't have the capacity to take them all, right? And secondly, the laws changed because 20, 30 years ago, not 20, but 30 years ago, you would get something like, 8 years in prison for transporting any amount of coke into the US or any amount of drugs.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow, and it's actually not that old organization. It was founded in 1973.
Yeah, because it first was founded when it started becoming a problem with coke, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, a little off track there, just like a funny mentioning there.
But we could also just leave it here on this this very mysterious frame.
Like why is he there? What are they hoping to find?
And just rejoice in the fact that we will see more of Hank Schrader in season 6.
But I still want to call it, man, that this is Nacho's house. You want to know why?
Oh, right.
You want to know why I'm like saying that?
Yeah.
One, the lackness of colors. With like this all black box and the black curtains and the white walls, right? And the concrete floor, right? Nacho. And secondly, he would like you said, like in the previous episode, Nacho been missing for some time, right?
Yeah.
And if the DEA were having eyes on him, they would be wondering like, where the fuck is he? Did the cartel off him?
Yeah.
And then
deciding to move in. Oh, maybe this is idea there. Maybe this box is the safe that he's like having the fake identities for Manuel, his father, and himself, and money and probably drugs in that safe as well.
Which would explain why we saw Mike in the house. Because he would have been cleaning all this out, before the DEA got there.
Shit, man, this would be an epic storyline, which we've just predicted right there.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. Damn, and that's a big fucking box that they have just dug out.
Yeah.
Wow. Fuck,
I mean,
man.
like, Nacho's been a busy boy.
Yeah. Fucking huge. I mean, look at that thing, man. That thing is like 4 times the size of a standard safe.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Because Nacho been busy skimming off the top. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
The balls on Nacho when he came to, like, pick up the bricks from Gustavo's guys, right?
Yeah.
And what is it that he says? What is it that he says? Hector says 6 keys, not 5. Or 4, right? And like
Hector gets 6.
Yeah, right. And that is obviously not for Hector. That is for him. That is for himself to sell off and stack up the safe with.
Yeah.
So like, wow, that
is Arturo who oversteps his bounds, isn't it?
No.
Or no.
That is
that
he's
is
standing in the back, man. It is Nacho saying that, like, so wow, the balls on that dude, because fuck, man, like, and then they call Hector to say that he says that Hector says 6.
Yeah.
And then Gustavo like thinks for like a second on that or 2 seconds on that and says, "Give him 6."
Yeah. Because that's also after they've killed Arturo, so. That makes sense.
And he is like and like the fact that like he's so lucky with this because Gustavo could at any point have like brought that up to Hector.
Yeah.
Right. You want more and more keys off me, like that, right?
Yeah.
So
wow.
But yeah.
So we have that, and no, I don't know where the fuck I was going with that. So you were saying?
Yeah, no. So we have that, and that they have just cause to go in to the house since Nacho would be a missing person by now, right? Not reported by anyone, but the DA could go in with suspicion, and say that just cause that we haven't seen this guy, we think that something happened, and we're going in. So they wouldn't even technically need a warrant since they have the suspicion. To find out if something has gone down. But
probable cause.
They have probable cause. But that's just to enter, though.
Yeah, that's only 2 vehicles, right?
No, it's like you can enter like a house with like probable cause. Like if you're hearing, like if a police officer is like hearing a gunshot inside the house, right? That is probable cause to enter the house and see what's going on, right? Or like any or neighbors reporting disturbance or fighting or whatever. But I do think that they would need a warrant to open this big ass safe.
Yeah, definitely. But maybe they got that. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe they got that, right?
Because they have probably been watching that show for quite a while.
So, well, like I can just imagine like seeing Hank's face or being smug as shit. Like thinking, gonna find that guy now, right? And take them down or whatever, or like get a huge bust of money, and then opening the safe and it's empty.
Right? Yeah, because Mike has cleaned it out already.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would be the same face as Hank sitting on the toilet.
Fuck, man. Damn. But yeah, like just this is just great that we see Hank in the trailer, and this is not as surprising as in the trailer for season 5, where we saw him slamming his ID on the counter of the was it the police station? Of some police station.
Yeah.
And then we see, damn, Hank again from Breaking Bad. I that was one of my favorite moments, probably in Better Call Saul altogether.
It was Hank and Steve.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Steve. But yeah.
But this is like an echoing of that. So we have a little bit more of a little bit more characters that we know from Breaking Bad to rejoice ourselves with.
Yeah, for sure.
But
all right.
Let's just end it on this note. Thank you guys for tuning in for part 4 of this breakdown of the official season 6 trailer of Better Call Saul. And we will see you in part 5 where we will be discussing some more frames. We are on a roll here, really getting deep into the backgrounds of each single frame, and there might even be a part 6, maybe part 7, but I think that's as far as we will go, because there is only 30 seconds left. But we will see, man. We will see.
Peace out. Maybe
we'll even get to part 10 or something if we go real deep, but I doubt it. But anyway, sub